There is nothing more heartbreaking than watching your beloved dog constantly scratch, chew their paws, rub their face against the carpet, and bite at their raw, inflamed skin until it bleeds. You see the constant misery in their eyes, you hear the frantic thumping of their back leg in the middle of the night, and no matter how many expensive medicated shampoos, prescription creams, or costly allergy shots you try, the intense itching always seems to come right back. Millions of devoted dog owners spend hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars every single year trying to treat skin allergies from the outside in. But what if the true root cause of your dog's relentless itching isn't on their skin at all? What if the constant scratching is actually a silent cry from deep inside their digestive tract, and the key to erasing skin allergies forever is hiding right inside your kitchen cabinet? Veterinary dermatology and holistic medicine have uncovered a game-changing biological truth. Up to 80% of your dog's immune system resides directly in their gut. When a dog suffers from chronic skin allergies, hot spots, red belly rashes, or constant paw licking, it is almost never just a surface-level skin issue. Instead, it is the visible symptom of a fire burning inside their digestive system, a condition known as leaky gut syndrome and systemic yeast overgrowth. When their internal gut lining becomes inflamed and porous, undigested food proteins and toxins leak directly into their bloodstream. Their immune system panics, goes into overdrive, and sends massive surges of histamine straight to their skin, creating that unbearable, constant itch. In this video, we are going to break down the exact biological reasons why traditional allergy treatments fail, how to identify the subtle signs of internal yeast and gut damage, and the 3 major everyday triggers that are destroying your dog's skin barrier. More importantly, we will reveal a simple, natural, $2 kitchen remedy, a single pinch of a powerful ingredient added directly to your dog's food that neutralizes histamine spikes, repairs their damaged gut lining, and helps erase skin allergies and scratching overnight. But before you add this ingredient to their bowl, you must understand the exact dosage for their size and the one common feeding mistake that can actually trigger a massive allergy flare-up. We will reveal that exact ingredient and how to use it safely in just a few minutes. But first, we need to understand why your dog is itching so intensely in the first place. To understand why a simple kitchen pinch can end chronic scratching, we have to look at what happens inside your dog's body when an allergy attack strikes. When your dog eats something their system cannot process or absorbs environmental toxins, their immune cells release a chemical compound called histamine. Histamines travel through the bloodstream and lock onto skin receptors, causing blood vessels to dilate, tissue to swell, and nerve endings to fire off intense itch signals. When your dog scratches or chews at that spot to find relief, they tear open the protective outer layer of their skin. This allows environmental bacteria and yeast to colonize the wound, creating an even stronger itch signal. It becomes a vicious, endless cycle. Itching leads to scratching, scratching damages the skin, and damaged skin creates twice as much itching. Now, you might be wondering, how can you tell if your dog's scratching is caused by a simple seasonal environmental allergy or a severe internal gut imbalance? The secret lies in observing where they scratch, how their skin smells, and what their paws look like. If your dog is dealing with an internal gut and immune breakdown, the scratching will not be confined to just one small spot. You will notice them constantly chewing at the tops and bottoms of their paws, leaving the fur wet and stained a rusty reddish-brown color. Take a gentle sniff of their paws or ears. If you notice a distinct, sweet, corn chip or yeasty smell, your dog is suffering from systemic yeast overgrowth fueled by a damaged gut. You may also see dark, thickened, elephant-like skin in their armpits or groin, inflamed red circles on their belly, and a dull, flaky coat that sheds excessively all year round. Understanding these physical warning signs brings us directly to the 3 primary everyday triggers that actively destroy your dog's gut and cause endless skin allergies. The first and most common trigger is high carbohydrate, heavily processed kibble filled with hidden starches and artificial fillers. Commercial kibbles are often loaded with high glycemic carbohydrates like corn, wheat, soy, and potato starches to hold the crunchy pellets together. When your dog ingests these heavy starches, their digestive system breaks them down into simple sugars. Sugar is the primary fuel source for bad bacteria and yeast in the gut. As yeast feeds on these sugars, it multiplies exponentially, overtaking the beneficial bacteria, puncturing tiny holes in the intestinal lining, and flooding the body with inflammatory toxins that trigger severe skin reactions. The second major trigger is the overuse of chemical pest treatments and frequent harsh chemical shampoos. While protecting your dog from pests is essential, many chemical treatments contain heavy synthetic compounds that accumulate in your dog's liver over time. When the liver becomes overwhelmed and cannot filter out toxins quickly enough, the body tries to push those toxins out through the largest organ it has, the skin. Furthermore, bathing your dog too frequently with heavily fragranced, chemical-laden shampoos strips away their natural protective lipid barrier, leaving their skin completely defenseless against environmental pollens, dust mites, and surface bacteria. The third trigger is chronic environmental histamine buildup caused by weak cellular walls. When a dog lacks essential trace minerals and natural bioflavonoids in their daily diet, their immune cells, known as mast cells, become fragile and unstable. Even a tiny normal exposure to grass pollen or dust causes these fragile mast cells to burst open instantly, flooding their tissue with an overwhelming wave of histamine. Now that you understand how gut damage, yeast overgrowth, and fragile cell walls cause endless misery, it is time to look at the miraculous natural solution that can shut down this inflammatory fire from the inside out. This brings us to the extraordinary natural $2 kitchen remedy promised earlier, a simple vet-backed ingredient that acts as a natural antihistamine, neutralizes yeast, and repairs the gut wall. That secret ingredient is pure, organic, raw, unfiltered bee pollen combined with a tiny pinch of spirulina. While bee pollen might sound like an unexpected remedy for allergies, holistic veterinarians consider it one of nature's most potent allergy-fighting superfoods. Raw bee pollen contains an exceptionally high concentration of a natural plant flavonoid called quercetin. Quercetin is widely known in scientific literature as nature's natural antihistamine. It works by stabilizing the membranes of mast cells, preventing them from bursting open and releasing histamine into your dog's skin when they come into contact with allergens. Instead of suppressing the immune system like synthetic steroids, quercetin gently regulates the immune response, calming the allergic reaction naturally. Furthermore, raw bee pollen is packed with over 200 bioactive nutrients, natural digestive enzymes, and essential amino acids that actively repair damaged intestinal tissue, seal a leaky gut, and crowd out harmful yeast populations. When paired with a tiny micropinch of organic spirulina, a nutrient-rich blue-green microalgae that binds to internal heavy metals and cleanses the bloodstream, this powerful combination stops the itch signal at its biological source. To prepare and administer this life-changing allergy remedy safely at home, precision is critical. First, ensure you are using pure, raw, organic bee pollen granules from a trusted source, as processed or heat-treated honey products lack the active live enzymes and quercetin required for healing. For the precise daily dosage, for small dogs under 20 pounds, start with just a tiny micro pinch, about 4 to 5 individual bee pollen granules crushed into a fine powder, mixed directly into their daily meal once a day. For medium-sized dogs between 20 and 50 pounds, use 1/8 of a teaspoon of crushed bee pollen. For large dogs over 50 pounds, use 1/4 of a teaspoon per day. When introducing bee pollen for the very first time, always perform a safety tolerance test. Place a single granule of bee pollen on your dog's tongue and wait 24 hours to ensure they do not have a rare, severe sensitivity to bee products. Once cleared, you can safely add their designated pinch to their food every morning. Within just 24 to 48 hours of adding this natural quercetin powerhouse to their diet, the massive histamine surges begin to cool down. The frantic urge to bite, chew, and scratch decreases dramatically, allowing inflamed red skin to heal, swelling to subside, and your dog to finally rest comfortably through the night without itching. However, while bee pollen works wonders for cellular histamine defense, optimizing your dog's daily feeding routine is essential for long-term success. Never mix this remedy into hot-cooked food, as high heat destroys the delicate enzymes and quercetin compounds. Additionally, if your dog is actively suffering from a raw, open skin infection or bleeding hotspot, gently wipe the area with a cool, diluted organic apple cider vinegar, and water mixture to soothe the skin externally while the bee pollen repairs their gut internally. Our dogs rely on us entirely to protect them from discomfort and give them a happy, healthy life. Constant scratching is not something they should have to live with, nor is it something that requires endless synthetic drugs to manage. By addressing the true root cause inside their gut, stabilizing their immune system with natural plant flavonoids, and feeding their body living nutrients, you can erase skin allergies, restore their beautiful coat, and give your best friend the itch-free life they deserve. If you found this guide helpful and want to discover more hidden kitchen remedies that protect your pet's health, click on the video appearing on your screen right now to keep your dog safe and thriving.